I have an idea. Let's go with Kaya Geist Hunter. -2. And then what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a token of Shambling Ghast. And it creates double the tokens instead. So they're all 3/3s now because of the ability. Oh, and they scoop. They don't want to see more. Hello everybody, what's up, what's going on? My name's Kyle. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video here on Arena Hacks. Always remember that if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up, really helps support the channel, and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Another thing is I have a great guide for beginners, a whole series of videos for people who are just starting out in MTG Arena. So go check it out. It tells you how to grow your collection and acquire cards and stuff like that on MTG Arena for very little money or even free. So there's even some good tips on the program for people who already know a little bit more about Magic the Gathering. So, but for today's video, getting on to bringing back Orzhov Control, a deck I've done before. When Innistrad came out, I actually did it a long time before that, and then I modified it with Innistrad, and now I'm modifying it again with some Crimson Vow stuff. So starting with that, we're going to take a look at Welcoming Vampire. Helps with the card draw. Almost every creature in this deck triggers Welcoming Vampire, with the exception of Dreadfeast Demon. So it's a 3 mana 2/3 flyer, which is actually pretty good just on its own. But then whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, you get to draw a card. Now it only triggers once each turn, but that's still pretty cool. If you can instant speed get some creatures somehow, then you know, you're getting a card draw during your opponent's turn. That usually doesn't happen, but during our turn, yeah, we're drawing at least one extra card every turn that we're getting a creature out. We get extra creatures with Lolth and stuff like that, which triggers it, and a bunch of other creatures we'll get to. But Dreadfeast Demon is the one that doesn't trigger it, nor the tokens that Dreadfeast Demon creates. Now 7 mana for a 6/6 flying is not that bad. It's still overall a very hefty spell at 7 mana, but at the beginning of your end step you can sacrifice a non-demon creature, and if you do, you create a token that's a copy of Dreadfeast Demon. That is awesome. So we're just making, as long as we keep playing little creatures, little fodder like Lolth spiders or whatever other stuff we can get, extra to, you know, all our little stuff down here that we love to sacrifice, you know, all that stuff, we keep getting that out on the battlefield, and we just keep growing our Dreadfeast Demon army. Which brings us to the next card, Dollhouse of Horrors, which is actually really funny because I've been seeing all kinds of other people doing decks kind of more or less built around this card, not solely or specifically, but there are cards they put in that specifically they want to make copies of from their graveyard or something like that for only 1 mana. Whereas I put this in this deck just because it's really good for, you know, bringing back stuff. If they kill our Dreadfeast Demon, we can bring back a copy of it, and it can make copies of itself and all that stuff. We can also keep bringing back creatures that we sacrifice to the Dreadfeast Demon, and we just keep bringing them back with Dollhouse of Horrors. So the way it works is the 5 mana artifact, 5 colorless or generic mana, and it has the ability to pay 1 and tap it to exile a creature card from your graveyard and create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types, and it has this creature gets +1/+1 for each construct you control. It gains haste until end of turn, activate only as a sorcery. So we can do that right away when we play it. If we have 6 mana, 5 to play it, 1 to tap and sacrifice or exile a creature from our graveyard, and get a token copy of it. That grows. The more of these constructs we make, the bigger their toughness, power and toughness gets. So that's really fun too. If we can start getting a bunch of them, which brings us to Kaya Geist Hunter. Now, I really think the other Kaya I had in this deck, from Kaldheim, I believe it's called Kaya Inexorable or something like that, but I think she's probably a little bit better in this deck than Kaya Geist Hunter. However, Geist Hunter does have some cool stuff. It's a brand new card, or in the new set anyways, and I wanted to play around with some of the synergy. So when you do -2, until end of turn, if 1 or more tokens are created under your control, twice that many tokens are created instead. So we can double down on our Dollhouse of Horror triggers, we can double down on our Dreadfeast Demon triggers, and we can double down on our spiders, we can double down on all kinds of stuff. Whenever 1 or more tokens would be created under your control twice. So if we do that, and then we just play a Skullport Merchant, we get 2 treasure tokens. If we cast a Deadly Dispute after we use that, we get 2 treasure tokens. So we get all kinds of fun stuff that way with Kaya Geist Hunter. We also have creatures you control, the +1, gain Death Touch until end of turn. That's kind of fun, not super useful. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Those are kind of fun to put on the spiders because they have both Reach and Menace from Lolth. So those are actually really fun too. We can also put counters on our tokens from Dollhouse. So we do actually have a decent amount of tokens. We can put counters on Dreadfeast Demon tokens. So, you know, we do have a decent amount for that to make sense. The -6 is something I probably don't think I'll ever really use with this Kaya Planeswalker, but still pretty cool, and we have a lot of fun with it. All those top two, the +1 and -2. And the -6, just to go over quickly, is exiling all cards from all graveyards and then get a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying for each card exiled this way. So you can just flood the battlefield with a bunch of little spirit tokens. Other than that, a lot of things I kept the same in this deck from what it was before. I think I had to drop a copy of Blood on the Snow for one of these rares I added from Crimson Vow. I think I always had the 3 copies of Meathook Massacre in the other one, so Blood on the Snow is really nice. That's why we have a lot of our snow lands. We also have 2 Faceless Havens for Snow Synergy as well, so Blood on the Snow is a really awesome sweeper. Same with Meathook Massacre over here. We also have Lolth that I've already went over briefly. That's another one from the previous Orzhov, or the previous version of this deck that I've done, and she's just way too good. I used to have, I think, Onyx and Kaya in this deck, so it was a bunch of Planeswalkers, and but yeah, I replaced some of those with some of these other guys out here. Lolth has always been in here. Her abilities are just too awesome with a deck that requires sacrificing a lot of creatures. We have creatures that die a lot, so she gets a lot of loyalty counters. She creates those spider tokens, which are just brutal, and we get extra life gain from it. So, or not life gain, card draw. We actually lose life from it. But yeah, it's just really awesome in here. I already talked about the Welcoming Vampire. We also got the classic Skullport Merchant and Deadly Dispute for more card draw, and they also work on sacrificing creatures. I've reduced those each by 1 to make up for the extra 2 Welcoming Vampires, which is a nice addition because we don't actually have to sacrifice a creature for Welcoming Vampire. We're getting card draw just by having creatures come into the battlefield. So, and then we're getting card draw from Skullport and Deadly Dispute when they leave because we're sacrificing them. So we're getting card draw on their way out as well. So that's really what is good about reducing just a couple of those other card draw for Welcoming Vampires, because it's just a different way of drawing extra cards, which is really useful and really handy. Bloodline Culling is another one that could maybe be swapped out with a different kind of removal. It is really powerful against Indestructible. However, it often doesn't come up that often that -5/-5 is actually enough to kill the indestructible creature that we want to kill. So, or it's just we don't have enough tokens. Maybe our opponent's got 1 creature token, so it's like, what's the point of the -2? It's not really that board wipey. Something like either 2 mana spells, like 1 or 2 copies of what do they call, Power Word Kill, or even the one, which one is the one? Infernal Grasp. That's the one where you pay 2 life as well, and they're 2 mana. Or you could go 3 copies of Soul Shatter, which I think would also make a little bit of a better card, or a better replacement for it. I've just always wanted to play around with Bloodline Culling. I did it a lot in Innistrad, and it's a good removal, but it's just only meh. Right? So there's that one. That's still in here for now. I already talked about the Meathook. Great board wipe. Also, while it's on the field, we have the life gain when our opponent's creatures die, and when our creatures die, we hurt our opponent a little bit. They lose life. So that's pretty cool there. Deadly Dispute I already went over. And we got Professor of Symbology, as well as being a good creature to sacrifice for a lot of our card draw and a lot of our other stuff. Dreadfeast Demon, all that stuff. Great to sacrifice for. She also learns when she enters the battlefield. So we'll take a look at the learn board in just a second here when we talk about Eyetwitch, which is another one of our sacrifice creatures, as well as Shambling Ghast. Eyetwitch is also get us a learn. It gets us a learn when it dies, though, instead of when it enters the battlefield. And Shambling Ghast gets us either a treasure, or we can -1/-1 target a creature an opponent controls. Target creature and opponent control. Blah. Right. So over here on the sideboard, we do have 2 Envirosciences because I love to make sure I get all my lands, and it's a great way to gain a couple extra life to help hold you in there against those aggro decks. Extra removal with the Necrotic Fumes, enchantment and artifact hate with Containment Breach. And how do we pay for that? The green, you might ask, with no green in the mana base and no real way to create green. Well, we do create a lot of treasures with Skullport Merchant, Deadly Dispute, and Shambling Ghast. So it's usually not too difficult to get a treasure in order to create that green. We also have Pest Summoning here, which can be paid as a mono black spell for extra creatures to sacrifice, maybe even give us some good fodder for the Necrotic Fumes, because it exiles one of our creatures, or we have to target a creature of our own to exile. We prefer our creatures to die, so exiling a token is a little bit better. We also have Mascot Exhibition for a great game ender, just really help bounce back after a board wipe. Even if we cast our own Blood on the Snow, a Mascot Exhibition is a great way to fill our side of the board and apply immediate pressure right after the board wipe. Confront the Past, great way to get our Planeswalkers back out of the graveyard, great way to kill our opponent's Planeswalkers if we need to, and can sink a lot of mana into X to paying that X cost. So that's the deck. I think it's really cool. We do a lot of crazy stuff with Dreadfeast Demon, Dollhouse of Mirrors, or Horrors, I mean, and Kaya, like, they all combine great with Lolth. Super fun. Let's check out the gameplay. Okie dokie. Good start. I like the variety of cards. Don't like seeing such a heavy mana cost in my opening hand. Why am I never on the play? Why do I never get to be on the play? That is a very uncool game. Let's get some annoying little critters. Clutter up the battlefield. We've got lots of lands here. So an Enviroscience would just be a dead card in our hand for a while, and then we would tutor up a land, which would, again, be not all that useful. What do we want to trade? Shambling Ghast or something else? Yes, nice to see that now. Now all we need is the mana for it. Black, yes, and then put down the annoying critters. The annoying chump blockers. Oh, I should have blocked with Shambling Ghast and killed their life gainers dude over here. Whoops. My bad. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. We can make them gain one less life if we kill their dude. I don't want to sack that treasure though. 5, 6 with the treasure. Let's let it go. I'd like to keep that treasure if I can. Oh, but it means we can't block and sack. And that thing's got flying now. Crap. That's a lot of damage in the air then. And then they build that up. So that sucks. Ooh, that's not good right now. That'll be good later. At the moment, not so much. Let's get more blockers out there. These ones have reach now.
Could have such power. I will get what I want.
Okay, one more card in hand. Oh no, this thing's gonna get huge and then it's gonna be indestructible. That's bad. How many does it need? No, I want you guys to be able to leave it to 10 or more. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, no, 8, 9. 10, there it is. Son of a... Of course you do have it all. Why wouldn't you have it all the time, every time, always? Going straight for face now. Well, I definitely need to block each of those.
My will cannot be denied.
We can actually do blood on the snow now. Or, ooh. But they have this indestructible guy here. That's really bad. We do this, we'll lose all our creatures though, and we won't get Dollhouse stuff. Or not Dollhouse, Dreadfast stuff. It would put them at a pretty good dead... Well, no, they still have this stupid flyer guy here. Ugh. Let's just do it and create more... spider tokens. What do we get, though? Let's go Skullport. It's probably the best thing to have sitting around. We get a treasure when it enters. Treasure is what we need right now from this guy.
We will slay our enemies. A gift in exchange for loyalty.
So we can keep chump blocking their flyer, which they do want to continuously put pressure on us with it. We have to try to be equally annoying as that they are. That's going to be very difficult. So we can only attack with the one. Keep going for face. I mean, why not? Any trample on this thing? Flying Vigilance, indestructible, no trample. So we block. Do we want to sacrifice treasures to... Nah, let's just block. Keep holding on to those treasures. We need at least one of them to cast a Dreadfast. What do we have in our graveyard for creatures? Just 2. We do need to make more blockers, so do that.
I will come.
Then let's play out our Dreadfast. Next. No attacks. End turn. Attack one of our Spideys. Lolth gets pumped up. And we got 6/6 flyers. Which is still really bad because this guy's got Vigilance, Indestructible. I really wish I should switch my Bloodline Cullings with... Because it's got Vigilance, so they just attack, and then we can't get our Dreadfast demons through them. Right? And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Kind of at a bit of a deadlock here. Or do we block with Dreadfast? No. This one guy into indestructible range, and then there's literally just nothing we can do about it.
Cannot be denied.
Quite literally. What do we have in the graveyard? Professor. We can get what's the thing called? We could use a treasure to activate this right away and still get our Shambling Ghast or Eyetwitch out. Go Eyetwitch. We also get a couple sacrifices at the end of our turn too. We something to die for Lolth to go up. Do we just get a draw? Let's just draw with Lolth this time.
Go, my children.
We'll sack a treasure to do it. We still have one treasure, which is enough to get a what you call it? This thing. No, you should do this. Right, because that can exile their creature. Nice, yes. So we have to continue holding the defensive because of this guy. That could change the game for us, that necrotic fumes. So let's go spider. And this little token here that we created. And now we got a nice army of Dreadfeast demons. Okay, we have a way of exiling their indestructible flyer that has also vigilance. We do have a way of getting it back out of the graveyard once they get this all the way up. However, it'll start all over from the beginning and we'll have a chance to kill it again. So we absolutely have to chump block that. Easy peasy. Did they just sack this to give it indestructible? Does it get trample? Gains lifelink. That's bad.
And I, the generous one.
Grab mascots. We did want to get. Oh my god! I thought we were still gonna lose, but they also saw our exile coming up too. Oh, back on the up climb. I hope, anyways. Whew! What a game. Should probably drop the Welcoming Vampires out of this deck for a full set of Skullport Merchants. Probably switch the Bloodline Cullings to Soul Shatter or something else that exiles. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. I guess I'll keep this. I'm not crazy about it. I wish we had some white mana. That might help though. We can get Envirosciences with the Learn. One more land would be Swell, which guarantees our Skullport Merchant, which means we can sacrifice to get that Envirosciences. There's that extra land. Let's just hold them both up, so if they put a counter on their Luminarch, they can attack in with a 3/3. This way we can kill it. Double block -1. That's bad. Next turn we can Bloodline Culling that Valkyrie, because we kind of need to. Why do I never get my white sources? Let's hold off for now. It is instant. They can go to put a counter on it, which is good. That's what I wanted. That's why I waited. Instant speed, get rid of that thing. So now they tried to put a counter on it, and now they don't get a counter. That's interesting. That'll trigger after once we play our Skullport. And this time we attack in, because at best I'm just going to chump block the Luminarch. And I'm choosing Shambling Ghast, I guess, to do that. Well, no, because they can block Shambling Ghast, that's why. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really bad. That's really, really bad. I need mana so I can do this thing. Okay, thank you. That's a start. That is a start. 2, 4, 5 mana, 1 away from this. How many snows? 3 snows, so we can get back a Skullport or a Welcoming Vampire. Let's play with the Skullport, get a card draw off our Welcoming Vampire, also get a treasure token. Pretty cool. We can get in... No, that only triggers once per turn, right? Mm-hmm. Attacks, defending... So they just have to attack with it. That's dirty. That is disgusting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the... Oh, yes. Assistant is actually giving me numbers here. So 5, 6 with the treasure. We definitely can't attack with all their 4/4s. No, we don't play that, so we can use the Skullport Merchant's ability to sacrifice. A little scratch in my throat right now. You should play out more creatures. Play out all your creatures for my Blood on the Snow. So after we Blood on the Snow, what do we take back? Do we get Welcoming or Skullport? I was just saying at the beginning of this game, Skullport's kind of better. We should go a full set of them and no Welcoming Vampires. I've got it in, the Welcoming Vampires in here just because it's a new card and I want to play around. So we get to choose their Valkyrie, of course, that they get back. Good for them. Do all this stuff. Yeah. Okay, go to blockers. Block with this, yeah. Sacrifice this, yeah. Get mascots, huge. Oh, I shouldn't have got mascots. We need mana for mascots. Oh, there's mana. Or we can play out Dreadfeast Demon. But they have that. I'd rather just wipe their board, to be honest. Playing this for X equals 5, we could do sack our treasure to do it. We could just attack in with everybody. No. They can just block all our stuff. So yeah, let's just board wipe. Get back Skullport. Oh, I kind of want Welcoming Vamp. Ooh, it's a tough decision. Let's go Skullport. It gives us a treasure. Oh, we also get a treasure from that, too. So they calling good game like they think we've got it? I did notice that good game there. And that can happen sometimes with a well-placed board wipe. And they see this coming up, too. So let's attack in. They have something. Maybe we shouldn't attack in. Let's just try it anyways. And then, of course, we go with our mascots. The main reason we got it is because we knew we were casting a board wipe soon. So we're like, why don't we get mascots? Then we can refill our board quickly. And we've got lots of non-demons to sacrifice now. So if they were already calling good game as they think they're losing, then it's actually is shaping up that way. Oh, this feels nice to get some good rounds going. I'll sack both treasures to get a card draw off that. We have 7 lands out. That's enough for... And then there's another one, so we don't need treasures for mana anymore. So we can start using them for card advantage and such. They do have 1 card in hand. Yeah, let's just attack in anyways. Should be all safe to get some damage through. And then, I don't know, we go straight for Dread. Yeah, might as well. Just, yeah, show them what's up. Yep, there they go. It's like ever since our board wipe, the game was looking pretty bad for them, so yeah. Dollhouse. Oh, I forgot I worked some dollhouses into this. They're actually pretty fun in this deck. Yeah, we'll keep. We got a first turn play. Like, I don't know what I was thinking so long ago. Just studying the hand, seeing what I have to work with. Oh, scusi. What a great draw right there, so we can get an immediate learn. This time we do go for Devour Sciences off the bat. We only have 1 other land. 6 mana Dollhouse. It's usually what it is if you want to activate it right away. 6 mana, 5 to play it, 1 to activate it. Ooh, Flying First Strike, that's not nice. That is not nice, sir. Play that, go this way. Can't attack in because that damn first strike. Now everybody gets freaking amped up. What you doing now? Nothing. You doing nothing. Really? Really? We can kill their birdie. Get another land, maybe? Let's hold off on the land. Do we get aggressive and try to attack in, or do we be patient? Maybe we take the patient route. Let's take the patient route. This is instant speed, so we've also got sacrifice synergy here for extra card draw. When Shambling Ghast dies, what do we get? We've got 4 here, 5 if we count this. So we're not far from mascots. Getting hard to cast spells during their turn now. Like, we have to use our treasure now to cast this stupid paladin class. I hate you. I hate you, paladin class. Luckily, this is ability and it doesn't actually get worse. Well, let's take our turn then. They didn't attack. I'm cool with that. Let's just use this to gain life. Grab Black Source. Yeah, I guess we just sit tight. Oh, I forgot about that stupid paladin class. We can't cast our Bloodline Cullings during their turn. We can still sacrifice using the Skullport Merchant's ability because it only costs 2 mana, and Paladin class cannot affect that. So, what is this? Oh, the double strike shenanigans. Shenanigans. So who gets the double strike, the bird or the ground guy? The ground guy gets it. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could go mascots. Yeah, let's grab mascots. We're not far from mascots. I don't think we're going to be casting it anytime soon, but we're not too far from casting them, so I say we go for it. We could go for a card draw, sacrificing our guy. We are open for an attack back, though, although we do probably want some blockers. Maybe we just do it. We won't. Let's get some cards. We don't have anything super great in here right now. Getting a little better, I guess. Couple creatures in our graveyard for a dollhouse. Nothing too fantastic. Black or white? Let's go black. We're mostly black on this deck. Sucks that we have to cast these during our turn now. Really sucks. Because there's no way we have enough mana when it's not our turn. Let's get rid of their flyer. We can block their ground much easier. Ooh, but if we play this, we could just play this and get rid of all their stuff. It'd be handy to get rid of some of these enchantments. Yeah, let's go this way. We do have a treasure, so we can pay this. No attacks. It's just 1 damage. I don't think it's really necessarily worth it. They might just level up their second class, though. How much is it? 5 mana. Well, they can't now, but they're definitely going to cast more spells, which sucks. So that they can get all these little freaking guys here. Gaining a bunch of life, yada yada yada. And this is going to get double strike, so I don't see why they wouldn't attack with it. Keep the pressure on. We could really use a... I need to save that treasure, so we just jump block it. I'd like to sacrifice it and draw a card, but we need that treasure for our thing here to force them to sink a bunch of mana in. So let's do that, so they have to put 5 mana just to get that double strike ability back. Plus these guys get all a little weaker, and that just stays permanent. So we won't be able to sacrifice with Skullport, but we can play that, get Eyetwitch out, and get some card draw rocking on that. There we go. Now we're looking at something. So 5 of their 6 mana to get that double strike back, and then they'll have 1 mana left. Yes. So they can't double spell for more. Well, they can now if they... Well, no, they can't because they don't have 2 cards to play. You still get that double strike shenanigans though. Yeah, they come with the flying. Let's go with that removal. We have a token here we can use it on. We'll have 1 mana left after casting Lolth, which is actually really nice. So that we can get Shambling Ghast on the field. Get some blockers rocking. Draw a card from Welcoming Vampire. That only triggers once per turn. So we won't get more card draw from this, but we get quite a really nice looking battlefield, and we do not want to block with our Welcoming Vampires. We get a shot in. They're still being super annoying with their double strike. I don't think they can get Lolth though. They have 1 card in hand. Not a super amount of creatures. And we're going to start giving all of our creatures second lease on life with our Dollhouse. Start with some flyers to chump block. Whoa! They are gunning for Lolth. They don't give it to their flyer. Everybody on Lolth, really. So we can kill their flyer that way. Just chump that guy. And then go that way. Everybody's blocked now. Hopefully they don't get our Skullport. We can get it back with Dollhouse.
In exchange for Lolth.
So far it does not look like they have a way to take care of it. Well, let's go -1 and get rid of one of these guys. Let's just go here.
And I will get what I want.
Just like that. And we still have Skullport, which is nice. Do we want to exile some of their stuff? I don't think so. I think we go Skullport. Or not Skullport. Dollhouse. And then bring back a flying blocker, like a Shambling Ghast. Not a Shambling Ghast, an Eyetwitch. That's what I meant to say. Shambling Ghast. Oh, we get a card draw from that too. That's funny. More spiders, please. Attack
What I demand.
They might double spell, but we do have spiders, so I don't think they're going to be getting a lot. I don't want to... Well, maybe we do want to block with this. No, it's only 1 damage. Let's just leave it back. Just attack with our flyers for now. So what turn? This is the turn we got Dollhouse out. How many blockers do I have? 2, 3, 4 blockers. They have 3 creatures. More than that now. I'm really if this guy gets into indestructible range, I'm really glad we grabbed this. It's really helpful. Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. Wow. This is a tough one, though. They are keeping a pretty wide board, pretty high health total. They're really beginning to get on my nerves. What we want is it can do Death Touch. Ooh. No. Death Touch to everybody. We don't really want that right now. We can put a +1/+1 counter on the token we have. Take a card draw. Mana. Not terrible. So we can keep hitting our land drops. Actually, I have an idea. Let's go with Kaya Geist Hunter. -2. And then what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a token of Shambling Ghast. And it creates double the tokens instead. So they're all 3/3s now because of the ability. Oh, and they scoop. They don't want to see more. Back on the winning streak. Oh, it feels so good after all those losses. No. That's a bad hand to start with. Bad hand. Ooh, I really want to keep the Lolth and all this land. I think we get rid of Lolth. Oh, man. No. All this land and a Lolth? But we have nothing to do. We play this on our first turn and then what? Oh, that sucks. I do not want to throw Lolth back. Maybe chuck a land back? We do have a lot of lands. But I like lands. But what if we draw a whole bunch more lands? I really don't want to chuck Faceless back, but I want to keep these colors too. I want 2 black and 1 white. Oh, Faceless, I guess. That sucks. I really don't want to put Faceless back, but whatever. Do what you gotta do. I know I kept the white, and we don't even have white in hand. But what do you want to, like, if I threw the white mana back, what do you want to bet this card sitting on top is a Professor of Symbology? Like, I mean, it won't be now because I kept the white, so it won't be a Professor now. Please be a Professor. Please be a Professor. Yeah, you suck. Holy consider. Consider this. Consider that. Dreadfeast. Oh my god, we're getting everything hefty. All of our hefty spells right off the start. Keep pecking away with Shambling Ghast. Go from there. We have a Bloodline Culling sitting, depending on what they play. Discards 2 cards, create 2... I really don't want to discard 2 cards. How far away from Lolth? 2 mana away. That really sucks. We should get rid of these 2 guys. Really sucks, but we're so far away from having the mana. And I do want to keep the blood. Oh my god. Now I'm wishing I threw away the white. Or the Bloodline Culling. Let's see what they do on their turn. This is really bad. This looks like we might not get this game. Oh god. I have a bad feeling though about our opponent, that they're just playing nothing but... They've already played nothing but weird little spells and stuff. I don't know why I didn't attack. I should have attacked with the Shambling Ghast. I don't know why I didn't. Alright. Opponent thinks we're mono black. Sure. And we do have the mana for whatever you call that land again, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. So if they want to attack in, that's fine. We take the 2 damage. Maybe it just dies right at the end of combat, so unless they play something else. They probably will, I guess not. They're looking for counter spells, maybe? Can't counter that. What do we get rid of? I don't think it really matters what we get rid of. Just get rid of something. Get some damage in there. Faceless Haven would be nice pretty soon. Look at all the snow mana we got. Another Duress. There goes Bloodline. That sucks. Hasn't really been useful anyway. No count. Who do we exile, though? Ghast? I really don't want to exile any of them. Ghast, I guess. Yeah. Tough call. But they don't get to cast any of their spells. How much does it activate for this? 5, 6 mana. They have it too. Son of a... Of course they do. Go with the lantern now. Turgid's lantern. That's kind of bad. Can we erase that? I doubt it. Oh my god, not when they have all perfection. And we will have 2 for this Professor, so just rock it. Again, these are all just spells. If they were permanents, I'd have some kind of priority to them, but it doesn't really matter. We're just going for getting damage in here. How much do we have, man? 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Let's go this. We have in our graveyard a Lolth. Yes, we do. I think we'll take the life for now. We want to get Lolth back, right? So how much does this return Planeswalker mana value X or less from the graveyard to your hand? It's X plus 1 black, so we have to pay 5 for X and then 1 black for here. So we have to pay 6. 4, 5, 6. So we can go with the Shambling Ghast first. Is there stick? There is. But they do have the mana to activate their guy here. It could be a counter spell. God, I really hope it's not. Better not be. That would be just such perfection. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Last card in hand, are you? Okay, cut.
Require my aid. How I will cull the weak.
And do we want to feed our Professor to their giant over here? We get only one thing on our Lolth. No, let's use everybody for defense. Be smarter. So they ran. We can sack something. Let's, I don't know. Shambling Ghast, go for a treasure, I suppose. Counter on Lolth.
For annihilation.
We have another non-land permanent here. We can sacrifice to the lantern. Ew. 3, 6, they can still activate their Hall. Now they can't activate their Hall of the Storm Giants. They can still untap Lantern. Yes, they can. We need some better cards.
I'm sure you'll miss.
Oh, come on. Of course they would get all of that. Just everything they need. Alright, let's see if this is enough. All these Menace, which will mostly get around. They can block Symbology, so what is that? 6, 7 damage. I don't know. Again, I don't think it matters. So we've got 1 blocker and a bunch of menace. They can untap it again. They can do it another 2 more times. Next time we're gonna have to sack a creature, maybe. They're doing it again. They're out of mana now, though. I think we just lose the life. I guess, yeah. They said good game there. I always get... Oh. Alright, so there it was. I thought that all went pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it. I think this is, again, my new favorite deck, which was my Orzhov deck before. But I really love the Dollhouse of Mirrors, the way... Mirrors? Why do I always say that? Dollhouse of Horrors. The way it ties into the deck is really great. And this deck is not built around Dollhouse of Horrors. Dollhouse of Horrors just helps make this deck just crazy powerful by being able to pull all these creatures that we've been sacrificing all throughout the early game. We just start pulling them all back out, or copies of them back out. We can, you know, get Skullport Merchants that have died back. We can get Welcoming Vampires that have died back, you know, and they all get bigger and tougher. Like, it's just so fun. I love the Dollhouse of Horrors in this deck. And the Dreadfeast Demon. There was a few times, too, when we get to the mana, post-board wipe on our opponent, we start coming back with some little creatures, maybe a Lolth and some spiders, and then all of a sudden a Dreadfeast Demon, and then it just starts multiplying, and things just get out of control. Love these cards. Love the way this Orzhov deck has come together now. It's mostly mono black, but I guess I do still have white with the Kaya. I didn't do anything about the professors. They've all been in here. Welcoming Vampire was added. And that's white, but we had Kaya before, so there's just a different Kaya now. I didn't have that much white before. I had Liza before, the angel, the archangel, yeah. She had the double white in it. But this is a lot better this way. I find we do struggle even a little bit with white. There was a little bit there. I know we struggled, so having not a single spell that costs double white is pretty handy in this deck. So, I don't know. Let me know what you all think. You know, what do you think of the deck? How do you like it? I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. It's so fun. It's so great. It's so effective. So powerful. Love playing it. Let me know what y'all think once again. Say cheers in the comments if you don't know what to say. Just help support the channel with any interaction like that. Hit the thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. And also subscribe if you haven't. Remember to do that. So I'll see you all at the next video. Hope you have a great day. Cheers.